What is going on, YouTube? It's Wad, and today I'd like to take some time and talk about what's wrong now with the finals. Let me back up and clarify real quick because that sounds kind of clickbaity. I have been playing the finals now for about 4 weeks, and I've been having a blast. It is by far and away the freshest gaming experience I've had in a very long time. Blending Team Fortress 2 with Rainbow Six Siege and Battlefield, especially Battlefield 2042, which if you guys haven't played since its dicey launch, go back and revisit that game. That game has come a long way, and it's worth trying out even just for a couple hours. And who knows, you might like it. With that being said, this game does have its issues. I think the elephant in the room for most people comes on the performance side of things. Especially for PC users, this game is unoptimized. To say it's unoptimized would be an understatement. I would say I have a decent computer. I'll put my specs up on the screen for anyone interested. And I have a hard time getting a stable 100 FPS when I'm playing this game. And when the destructible environment starts to come into play, I've seen my frames dip into the 50s. From what I've seen online and through my own testings, this is the result of a CPU bottleneck. When I'm playing this game, my CPU pretty much sits at 100% all the time, while my GPU sits at between 50 and 60% depending on the settings. Because of that, my GPU isn't able to generate the frames that it can, and it's kept to a limit. Whatever that limit is kind of varies depending on the power of your CPU. I'm explaining things you guys already understand because you guys are smart, but I'm not going to harp on that too much. It is an issue, but this is a fairly new game, and hopefully this is something they can change with time. What I do want to talk about today is balancing. I will start by saying that I am genuinely impressed with how balanced this game feels. Nothing feels broken, except the double C4 on the explosive barrel with the heavy class, which they fixed. This is no small feat for a game with so many moving parts. Different classes, different specializations, different gadgets, and yet all the while keeping the game feeling fair and fun, no matter how you want to play. And I think that's important, right? Obviously, some things are better than other things. You're a psychopath if you're the light using the LH1. You're a psychopath. I've only seen cheaters use that. But it's the fact that they still allow people to play the way they want to play, and it can feel good and people can make it work, that makes this game special. There are problems though. The most glaring issue I see with this game right now is the state of the light class. The light class is a ton of fun to use in quick cash, in bank it, solo bank it, even in some unranked tournaments, but it's struggled to find its stride on the ranked side of things. I think that this owes to the lack of team utility the light class offers. Yes, I can already hear some people saying the light class is exceptional on site denial, and that's true.
He's one shot, another one went on it.
Misfortune
Two
for
of
the
them.
Finals. Team wipe.
Not exactly a
Absolutely
resonating
disgusting,
success this
wasn't
time.
But when you're playing against coordinated teams, especially teams running healing beams, heavies with mesh shields and dome shields, the cases in which the light is actually an asset on the site become few and far between. Luckily, I think I have the answer. Now, let me start by saying I don't ever support nerfing or buffing something as the first step a developer takes. I think that as soon as you start doing that, you run the risk of ruining something about the game that someone likes, hurting your player population because of that, or just shifting the meta in ways that just creates new problems until eventually everything is just a shell of its former self. Because of that, I think the answer lies in adding something for the light class. Now, I have 2 ideas for this. The first, which I'm inclined to say is my favorite idea, is to add a new ability like the thermal vision that allows the light class to perform stealth steals and run the vault without the pings. This ability would be on a cooldown similar to the thermal vision, making it so you had to choose your spots to use it. This would also prevent potential griefing in situations when it's advantageous for your team to hide with the vault and run out the timer. The second idea I had was an ability or a gadget like a flak jacket or gas mask that reduced the effects of element damage to the light class. I think this would make the light class better at breaking a hold on a site and also incentivize team-oriented play, which we all know your average light player seriously lacks. Now, onto the medium class. I have a love-hate relationship with the medium class. I love it when I'm playing it. I hate when I'm playing against it. With that being said, I think the bulk of my gripes with the class could be fixed with one small gameplay change and separate competitive settings for tournaments, which I'll get to at the end of the video. For now, I think removing the protective shroud players get for 2 seconds after being defibbed would be a good start, as well as maybe adding a gadget to create small breaches in floors and walls only, similar to that in Rainbow Six Siege. Also, can I get an extra 2 bullets in my fuck? Turning to the heavy, this is the moment in the video where I completely retract what I said earlier about nerfs. 2 C4s on the heavy class is insane. The heavy class is more than viable with 1, and the 2 stacked C4 on an explosive barrel, while fun, while funny, it's a fucking broke. On top of that, they need to find a way to make the bubble shield a one-directional shield. The fact that you can, as a heavy, throw the bubble shield down, leave the center of the bubble shield, and shoot enemies inside the bubble shield makes the game feel less intuitive at times and also rewards bad gadget play. I think those 2 changes to the heavy class would put the meta in a much better spot. I'd like to round out the video with 2 general suggestions. The first suggestion is something I imagine is already coming down the pipeline. Gadgets and specializations need to disappear with either individual kills or squad wipes. The fact that a dead man's gas can prevent a steal following a squad wipe is uncompetitive. It's anti-competitive. Using your utility to deny sight is a fair strategy, so long as its success depends on your team's positioning and ability to stay alive. I think this would also stop the gadget and specialization spam you'll see sometimes from 3 medium compositions in tournaments. The last change I'd make is limiting teams to 1 heavy and 2 mediums in tournaments. To me, it only makes sense that any changes to the competitive side of this game should push the meta towards 1 light, 1 medium, and 1 heavy class compositions. I think this just makes sense for how the game's built, and it would force teams to use all classes, specializations, and gadgets to their fullest. I think that just about wraps it up. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Maybe you could give me some of your own ideas or tell me what you thought about mine. As always, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it every time. I think I'm just gonna let this video run out now. Catch you guys in the next one.
Our first cash out goes to the retros. Let's see whether they can keep
Oh, what a melee, dude.
Thermal vision. Electric shocker.
Wad's just trying to figure out how to go the other way on the ropes.
Thermal optics active.
explosive mine placed.
Stun gun
Kingfisher
fun.
re-entering the arena.
Some practice for any possible impending apocalypse involving giant fireballs.
The tough shells just jump-started a cash out. Ha
Where is this guy?
Burning him, I'm burning him. He's running, he's running.
I'm holding.
You got a shield.
Using gas grenade.
You.
The
Who's in your
retros-
room, Ryan?
We're at the end of
One's
this
in my
game
room.
show event. What
No,
a
I mean
spectacle.
No, my
here.
room.
Coming into you, Ryan, weak.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in here now.
There's 2 on site as well.
Dude, like,
Wow,
the
what a
fucking
mine.
explosions, man.
They've been
We're halfway through the round, and there's been
Team
plenty of
overlap
action.
set.
Let's see how the next half will play out.
That's for sure, Scotty.
There's a purple up there reviving their dude. Top floor.
Let's see if the
Nice.
last member of the Tough
They're all
Shells
just trying
decides
to
to turtle
run
up
from
while they're alone out
Fancy,
there.
and they run into Hunter.
Yeah, dude.
Who's we going on the roof, dude?
Bruh.
Team wipe calamity for the Tough Shells.
Creating a safe zone.
The Retros just rolled up their sleeves to grab the lead. The Retros shower
They're
themselves
on
in
it.
good vibes as they steal a cash out.
Oh
The
my
Tough Shells are
god.
back.
What a
Team
no scope.
respawn.
Toggling thermal view.
One shot on it.
Turns out that there
No,
are
they're
plenty
both
of
on me
fish in the
underneath.
sea.
Yeah.
I got
Only
one.
contestant left on the
There's two of them
Kingfish.
down there. Yeah, I think the other one jumped out.
There's another purple invisible man. He's going up to it right now.
Don't
He's
worry,
on
don't
it,
worry.
he's on it, he's on it. Oh my god, he almost
Game.
bamboozled you. Yeah, GG. 26,
Time's up
eh?
and the
Just dropping
curtain falls on this
26s in
match.
here, eh?
That's a wrap for now, and even though the battle was virtual, our contestants' newfound fame is real.